Good morning and ahoy there. For this week's walk, as discussed last week, for once I'm going to actually go somewhere that I said I was going to go. I think I said this anyway. I've brought you to India Gate. This is the park next to India Gate, but we'll go up to it in a second. I come here fairly regularly. I like it here. It's a lovely park. I'll show you around it in a minute. It's a bit like Regent's Park or Hyde Park in London. It's a really nicely maintained park. And India Gate, which I'll show you in just a second, is a war memorial effectively. It looks like the Arc de, you probably know this, it looks like the Arc de Triomphe, and really popular tourist destination here with Indians. So you'll meet Indian people here from all over India. So you get quite a lot of people coming up to you who've possibly never seen someone from outside of their town before or their village, and they'll come round and bring the whole family up. Sometimes this bit I'm in now is quite quiet, and it's early as always. I'm up and about early, so you'll get people come up with their entire family and say, and they're always nice. They'll come up and say, "Hi, it's my wife, these are the kids," and they want a picture with you. What they want with these pictures I've never worked out, but I think in the time I've been here, and I'm not exaggerating, I think I've been in about 1,000 selfies, and seriously, it's insane. You'll be walking around here or anywhere and someone will come up with their friends, or in fact where I live, the guy that collects my bins has done it about 4 times with different friends of his. So he'll walk up with a friend and say, "Do you have a picture taken with my friend?" And I always say yes. I've never once, the only selfie I've ever turned down was once I was running for a train in Agra, and if I missed it, it would have been like an all-day wait, and I was legging it down this station, and a guy came up as I was running. He said, "Can I quickly have a selfie?" And I went, "Oh no, I've got to get a train." And he ran alongside me and did it. So that's the only time I've ever said no, because I always feel like, well, you know, you're a guest here, and I think it's because I'm tall. I think they don't see many people of my height, because that gets commented on almost every day when I'm out and about. People come up and say, Indian people here do this weird thing where they won't wonder something. They won't think, "I wonder where he's from. I wonder how tall he is." They'll just walk up and ask, "Hello, where are you from?" A bit like a jobbing comedian when you see him. "Where are you from? What's your name? Where are you from?" They do that here. They just walk up to you and say, "Where are you from?" But which is fine. Obviously, that's absolutely fine, and it starts a conversation. But occasionally they do this thing where they tell you where you're from, and they're always wrong. So they'll walk up to you and they'll say, like, the best one I had, guy walked up to me and said, "Australia." So I didn't know what he was saying, so I was like, "Yeah?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, Australia." But he kept saying Australia, but obviously he's saying, "You're from Australia." And me saying yeah, he was I'm confirming to him that I'm from Australia. And that got a bit confusing, because when I finally said, "No, I'm not Australian," he was like, "Why do you keep telling me you are then?" It doesn't help either wearing a hat all the time with Reykjavik on it. So occasionally they see that and think I'm Icelandic. I'm not, my hat is. And that was from a nice day out in Reykjavik. But, so that happens. But the weirdest one I ever had was here, where I am now. This dude walked up to me, pointed at me and said, "Ireland." So everyone loves the Irish. Everyone. So as if you're going to say, "No." So I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Ireland." So I was like, "Yeah. Yeah." And with that, and it was really busy here, he started punching the air and shouting, "IRA! IRA!" I was like, "Oh no." So I had to peel out. I was like, Goodbye. I walked off, and as I'm walking off, he's still shouting it behind me, and he's really like, IRA. I thought, does he know what that means? Does he? I thought, "Oh, just get away from here." But he was delighted, and I bumped into him about another 3 times that day. And he kept getting his friends over, and they were all like, "Yeah!" Oh, good Christ. So anyway, I'm back here now. I think it didn't put me off. I like it here, so I come back. And just to be honest with you, it's a good way to get my steps in. It's as you know, I like getting up and getting out. Actually, I went out and did a walk last night. I did a night walk, which I don't usually do, because I'm old. So I normally, I'm in bed by 10. But last night, should I tell you why I went out last night? It's a bit embarrassing. I will tell you, let's be candid. Where I live, there's a couple of street dogs that live outside my flat, and I really like them. And one of them I've named Thicko, because he's just the stupidest dog I've ever met in my life. And I noticed that he was going out of his territory, because they've all got their territories, these dogs. And I was going home and I saw him going out of his territory, and I thought, oh no, Thicko will never find his way back. Oh no, I'm like an idiot. I went home thinking about this, thinking, oh god. So I'm sat having a cup of tea thinking, oh no, Thicko's lost. Thicko's never going to find his way back home again. What am I going to do? So then, hey guys, how you doing? Good to see you, man. So yeah, I'm thinking, hey brother. So I'm thinking, oh no, what am I going to do? Thicko's lost. And I couldn't settle. And I was thinking, if I go to bed and I don't find him, or if I don't see that he's back where he's supposed to be, I know I'm not going to sleep. So I got dressed and went back out again looking for Thicko, who's not quite as stupid as I thought he was, because I'm the one who got lost. I went walking around the next neighbourhood to me that I don't normally walk around in the dark, and got completely lost. And two teenagers came up, which in the UK you'd think, oh no. These two teenage lads walked up to me and they said, what are you doing here? And I was like, I'm lost. Well, I don't think I said that. It's a silly thing to do. But I said, oh, you know, whatever. And they were like, oh, this is a dead end. You can't go down here. And they were telling the truth. And they were like, look, do you want us to show you where you're going? And they were really sweet kids. And they were like, yeah, you just go out there and turn right. You're back home again. And then when I got back, Thicko was back in his spot eating a chicken that he'd found. So, oh, great, thanks, Thicko. But still, it proved two things. Walking at night's quite nice. I've got quite a lot of steps in. And walking in Delhi at night is perfectly safe. The only thing you've got to worry about maybe at night is trip and slip hazards, because there were quite a few of them, but keep your eyes open and heads on a swivel and you're going to be alright. So it was quite nice. It was quite nice, but yeah, I don't go out in the evenings very often, which leads to people saying, oh, you must be fun at parties. Well, I'm not, because I don't go to them. Having ADHD, I don't know if this is a normal thing with ADHD, but I really struggle with the concept of parties. I always have done. I've always found them difficult. I don't know what to do. I go to a party on the few occasions I go to them, and I don't know what to do, because I feel like, what happens now? Like, is it time to mingle? How long do I mingle? Do I talk to one person? How many people do I talk to? Is it now time to be dancing? Is it time to be drinking? I don't know what to do. So inevitably, back when I drank, I would think, oh, I think it's just time to get hammered. And I would drink. And I'd really get stuck into that, thinking, oh well, at least this is something I can do, because being big, I had quite a big capacity for booze. And I'd really get stuck into some booze, and people would go, oh, he's a bit of a guy, isn't he? Oh, legend. And obviously, you know, I'm a bit verbose anyway, and I start, you know, the old tongue starts a flapping when I've had a few drinks. And people start, I think anyway, they start thinking, oh, he's a bit of a laugh, this bloke, isn't he? He doesn't care what he says, does he? Of course you don't, you're drunk and you've got ADHD. And you're saying things you definitely shouldn't be saying to people. And agreeing to things you definitely shouldn't be agreeing to, and it's flipping stupid. And just altogether regrettable. So, yeah, I don't go to them, and it comes across as rude, and I don't care anymore. I'm 52 now, so I don't care. People say, you want to come to this party? And I just say, no, I don't drink, and I'm weird, so you're not going to like it. I remember when I was 10, this girl called Sarah had a party, and she invited everyone in the class but me. And I was a bit put out by this. I thought, what have I done? So I went up to her, I plucked up the courage, and I said, oh, I see you had a birthday party the weekend. And she said, yeah, I did, yeah. I said, why wasn't I invited? And she said, because you're a weird freak and all you do is go around singing TV theme tunes. And I was like, excuse me, I do them on request. People come up and ask me to do the theme tunes of Bullseye or whatever, and I do it because I remember them. And for two, well, it's their fault for making them so catchy, isn't it? So I don't take any responsibility. Hey, how you doing, man? Hey. I don't take any responsibility for that. Hey, hey, hey! Hey! They like saying hey, I get that a lot. So yeah, I take no responsibility for my weirdness as a 10-year-old going around singing TV theme tune, which I can still do, by the way. If there's a theme tune from the 80s into the 90s, possibly early 2000s, I can usually remember it, and it plagues me. And I'll start singing. Sometimes one will pop in my head, and it will drive me nuts for sometimes years. because I can't remember what it's from. I know the tune. So much so, I went on Facebook once and I said, there's a TV theme tune, it sounds like it's played on a flute, it makes me think of African animals, and it goes, and I just wrote do 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 do. I wrote it out like that and got a load of responses. Boom boom boom, like that it goes. That'll be in my head all day now. And you know, someone messaged me and said, it's called Wild Track TV show. And I thought, a fellow loony has heard that. I thought, yeah, Wild Track, I know that. And couldn't let it rest without messaging me to say that's what it is, because I'd have done the same thing. So well done, fellow loonies unite. That genuinely is going around my head now, and it will be for the rest of the day. The other day I had the theme tune to Win, Lose or Draw that I've since forgotten, but Win, Lose or Draw, a much forgotten TV show, quiz show from the 90s, and it just popped in my head, drove me mad. I was like, what is that from? And it was later in the day, I was like, oh, Win, Lose or Draw. So it's a plague, it's an absolute plague. So it's apparently cooling down a bit here now. Apparently, that's what everyone at work keeps telling me, like, oh, isn't it lovely, it's cooling down. It's been brutally hot here for a few weeks now, like brutal. And they're all saying how it's cooling down. Yeah, it kind of is. Yesterday I went out for the first time here in ages wearing trousers. I mean, I wear shorts normally. But so I went out like that. And I was thinking, yeah, so it's really nice actually. Yeah, it's really cooling down, really getting acclimatised to it. About 2 hours later I was boiling hot again. And this morning it's kicking. It's not as hot as it was the other week, but it's pretty hot. But apparently we're entering into monsoon season. That's on its way in, and I'll show you monsoon when it gets here. The year before last, it was unbelievable. It was like halfway up the car doors. I'm not joking, like the roads were flooded. I've never seen rain like it. So I was looking forward to it again last year, and it didn't happen. It just rained a lot. It rained every day, but because you get very little rain, when the rain does come, it's a real, hey, how you doing guys? Hey, yeah, come on in man. Here we go. Here's some friends of mine.
Hi guys.
Hey guys, how we doing? Beautiful shot man. We've all got it. Hey.
Thank you.
No, my pleasure. We done? Are you recording this?
Hey guys.
Hey guys, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Walk tall.
Name please. ID name please. Instagram. YouTube.
Daniel.
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube, yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Name please.
Walk tall.
Walk clear.
Walk.
Okay. Take.
Walk
Okay.
tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Join in, man.
Subscribe please.
Subscribe, please. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother. Take it easy, man. Chalo. That's my one word in Hindi that I know. Chalo. It means let's go. Couldn't be more positive. Forget what I was saying now. Yeah, it's the monsoon. I'll show it to you when it comes in a few weeks' time. It's brilliant. And whereas in the UK, when it rains, people are like, oh, it's raining again, oh, bloody rain. Here, it's joyous. It's absolutely joyous. I've seen things here in the monsoon that genuinely warmed my heart. The tuk-tuk drivers here they do a hard job. I wouldn't want to do it. And they are miserable. Quite a lot of them are quite miserable, which is fair. In the monsoon, I've seen them, because it just suddenly starts, stop their tuk-tuks in a group of them. I saw this. About 4 of them stopped their tuk-tuks, all got out and started dancing around the street in the rain, because they're so happy it's raining. Because it cools everything down, it changes the vibe of the place. Everything just becomes a little bit nicer, and it's great. It's absolutely great. And another time I was somewhere else. I'll see if we can film there in a few weeks and we'll go to Humayun's tomb. It's like the Taj Mahal. I prefer it. It looks exactly like the Taj, except it's not white, but it's beautiful. We'll go there and have a look around. But yeah, they had the monsoon when I was there. And again, everyone just, they spent about 10 minutes hiding under shelter because it's raining. And then just this vibe of happiness sprinkles around. And they all start coming out and dancing, like a Bollywood movie. Dancing around, singing in it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely lovely. Whereas in the UK, you'd never get that because we get too much rain. Yeah, we're sick of the rain. You can see the gate behind me there. We'll walk up to it in a second. And over this way, ahead, is, I don't know if you can see it, but right in the distance there is the Parliament building. So this is one long road all the way along here. You go all the way down there, comes around here, and then up to the gate. And we'll, hey guys, how you doing? Nice to meet you. How's things? We've got some more friends coming up to say, Daniel. Nice to meet you. Nice moustache, man.
I want to one picture with you.
Of course, it'll be a pleasure.
Go, Guru.
Come on, we'll film this dude as well. Hey, how you doing?
1 second.
Yeah, of course, take your time. They never have it ready. I heard the click.
You're looking so cool, sir.
Oh, you too, man, you too.
What
You're
is
looking
your name?
great. Daniel.
What is your name?
Daniel. What's your name?
Balraj.
Madrad.
Balraj.
Very nice to meet you guys, man. Where are you from?
Hey, Igor.
Wait. Rajasthan. Oh man, you've come away. Oh my. More pictures here.
Thank you, sir.
Ah, my pleasure, my pleasure. Nice to meet you. So nice to meet you. Take it easy. So I like that. They're not backwards in coming forwards. They'll come up, ask for pictures, ask your name. I always say Daniel. If I say Dan, which is my name, they don't seem to get that. But in India, they have a name Daniel, which is spelled D-A-N-Y-A-L. And if I say Daniel, they get it. They go like, oh yeah, I know Daniel. It's odd, but Dan, they'll pronounce as like a tan or a zan. So it gets confusing, and it just saves time to be nice and just say Daniel. But yeah, as I say, yeah, monsoon, that's a coming. And so we'll come out and we'll have a look at that. We've also got, this sounds weird, the pollution season. That comes in a little after, I think. And it's basically smog. It's smog from not far from where those chaps are from. It's the farmers out there. They have mounds of crops that they grow, and all the waste of the crops they have to burn because they've got no other way of getting rid of it. And all the smoke from the burning crops blows in, because Delhi's basically in a dip. All the smoke blows into the dip, and it's been going on for years. And the government have been trying to find out a way to get rid of it. They can't. They've been trying. I think there's like £1 million prize for finding out some way of getting rid of it. No one can work it out, which is a shame. But everyone's just kind of used to it, and so you'll see guys walking around in the COVID masks, quite a lot in that. But macho guys, like the guys in the gym that I use, they say that anyone who wears one is a sissy, so they won't wear one. So they'll just walk around like, nah, screw it. My lungs are tough because I do so much chest workout. So that's what they do. That's what they do. And the reason monsoon should be here now, apparently, but it's not here because of the El Nino, which is currently, sounds like a Mexican wrestler, doesn't it? The El Nino. But it's in the Indian Sea at the moment, and it's holding the monsoon rains back. I don't know how a storm's stopping rains, but apparently that's what's happening. So the monsoon's going to be slightly late because of this El Nino. El Nino is Spanish for the Nino. And it's holding things up a little bit, but it'll be good, it'll be good. It'll cool things off quite nicely. It's slightly cooling off on its own. We're not quite as boiling as we were 3 weeks ago when it was unbearable, although I'm still having to wear a hat. So that's happening. Another weird thing they do here, alongside coming up and asking for selfies and telling you where you're from, is they'll come up to you, which in the UK would never happen. They'll walk up to you and tell you who you look like. And it's never who you look like. Like, I don't really look like anybody. But they'll walk up to you, and it's never anyone like it. And I had a guy walk up to me not far from here and say, you look like John Cena. And I think it's because I've got a hat on. And I was like, oh yeah, thanks. He's like, yeah, you know who that is? I was like, yeah, I don't look anything like John Cena. I was like, yeah, but then I think I told you before, I had a guy walk up to me not far from here in one of the markets and say, you look like Mike Tyson. And I said, what, the black guy? And he was like, yeah, that's him. So that's, I thought, who else did I have? I had someone else they said I looked like. Can't remember now. I can't remember. It was, trying to think. Well, I can't remember. So yeah, as I say, we're wandering around the gate, going up the side of it because the front of it there is a little busy. So I'll just wander around here. And they have all these like fountain areas. This fountain's turned off, so I won't show you that one. But around the other side, we've got a nice one that's on. Last week, when we were walking around, as we got to the end of the walk, I thought I'd deleted the whole film. I was gutted. Right at the end, just as I said goodbye everyone, tried to click off to pause, or I don't really know how to use this thing. I bought this a few weeks ago, and hey guys, I bought this just before I started doing these, and did I read the instructions? No, I didn't read the instructions. And there's loads of tutorials that you can watch on the app to learn how to use it. Didn't watch a single one. Never do. Never read instructions. Never. I start to, and then I get distracted, and then I don't read them. So yeah, that's what happened there. And so last week I thought I'd turned off the camera, and what happens is there's a setting on this when you hold down the button for too long, it deletes the last recording. So as I said, goodbye everyone, walked all, held it down and deleted the thing. I was like, oh no. So I had to wait until I got home to quickly check it on the app. I was like, oh no, still there. I'd stopped it just in time. So here's the side of the gate. I say the gate itself, it's a war memorial for the 80,000, I think it is, Indian people that died, lost their lives in the First World War, and I forget the other war now. But this is in commemoration of all the Indians that lost their lives here. Not here, sorry, in the First World War. And so you can't really see it. I don't know if you can see it so clearly, but let's have a look. Their names are all etched into the bricks. It's a really nice memorial. You get people, as I say, from all over the place coming to have a look at it. I'll show it to you instead of showing me. And then when you go through... Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey guys.
Hey. And as you get through it, there's a really lovely view. So sorry. I'm interrupting a family picture here. Hey guys! And there's a really nice statue just directly through the other side. So it's a very nice place to come if you're... Hey, Sasriyakal. It's a nice place to come just to have a chilled walk. And on the other side of it, there's another war memorial, which I'll see if we can get up to in a minute. I might have to pause and go to that because it's a bit of a walk. But it's like an eternal flame in there, and they have like a soldier in there on guard all the time, permanently just standing next to it. And it's really nice. It's a really nice place to go and have a look. They've also got this brilliant gift shop in there that I go to quite a lot to buy t-shirts. And which sounds a bit weird. It sounds like it will be like, you know, I love India Gate, but it's not. They're a bit like these. They're really breathable and they're really light. And if you go to certain shops, these are like the equivalent of like £20 each because they're breathable. But they sell them in there and they're like £5. And they've got the only sort of allusion to it being from a gift shop is that it's got a little stamp on the heart here, on the chest there. And it's just got written in Hindi around it, India War Memorial. So I quite like that. So I'll buy them in there. Well, sound like I'm in there all the time doing it. I've gone in there like 3 times to buy some. Weirdly, right, I've been in there 3 times buying them. Then the last time I went in, I said to the guy, oh, I give some of those t-shirts please. And he went, no, we don't sell them. And I said, what, you stopped selling them? And he was like, no, we've never sold them. And I was wearing one. And I said, this. And he was like, no, we don't sell them. I was like, it's got your thing on it here. He wouldn't have it. I was like, oh, whatever. And all they had was like white ones with I Heart India Gate on it. So I thought, oh, don't want one of them. So there's the big statue on the other side of it. I won't do any zooming because I don't want to make you feel nauseous. I'm not very good as a cameraman, I don't think. Not quite ready for all that sort of thing yet. I know Steven Spielberg. I went to see that Spielberg film last night, Disclosure Day. I didn't care for it. After he's made something like Close Encounters, with arguably, if you're going to make a film about life on other planets and flying saucers, that's got the ending you want, hasn't it? That's got the big ending. The big ship coming down, the reveal. Just perfect, cinematic perfection. This, not so much. Not so much. I won't ruin it for you, but no, it wasn't for me. Last week I went to see the He-Man film, Now that, on the other hand, I thoroughly enjoyed. That was what it should be. Bright, colourful, exciting. Too many jokes, but I'll let them off. I loved He-Man when I was a kid. And yes, I felt it did it justice. It makes you a bit sad in a way though sometimes. I remember when I went to see Thor Ragnarok. And there was a guy in that, not in the film, I mean in the cinema. And he had this little lad with him that was obviously his son. And when they left, he had the son up on his shoulders and he was saying, oh, wasn't it good, wasn't it great? And in the He-Man film, there was a fella in there who was obviously about the same age as me, and clearly loved He-Man, because when we were 10, He-Man was everything. And when all the way through it, I could hear him saying to this kid, like, you know, that's Skeletor, and oh, that's Beast Man. And you get a bit, I haven't got kids, I don't want them, but there are times like that where you think, oh, that must be great, you know, having a little lad to say. Having said that, on both occasions, the kid looked as uninterested as could be. So maybe it's quite a one-sided pleasure saying, oh, look at this and look at that. But I remember when they remade the A-Team as a movie, and someone I know took his son to that, and he was like, oh, this is Mr. T, and this is this and this is that, and that's Hannibal, there's Murdoch. And he said this kid just couldn't have given a toss. So I think sometimes it ruins it for you a bit. Is it a one-sided thing? Is it just for you, or does the kid enjoy it? Who knows? Who knows? I remember as a kid watching cowboy films with my granddad, and I quite enjoyed them. But again, is that because you want them to think you're enjoying it? Who knows? Who knows? Especially being an odd kid, I think you just go along with things, don't you? You think, oh, here's a nice view. You know, you've got the fountains there. You know. I mean, I'm no film director, but quite nice, that. It is quite a calming place around here. It soothes the mind, I find, a nice walk around here in the morning. I generally come down here early before it gets too crowded. Midday it'll be too much. They use this place for all sorts. There'll be like demonstrations here, there'll be anything. Celebrations to demonstrations will all happen here. And they can get a bit rowdy at times, and it's a bit weird here because you never know what's going to happen and you can't read the crowd very well. So I don't tend to bother when it gets a bit too crowded. I'm just, oh, I think I'll peel out. They do weird things like this here as well. The police will put these cordons across the road. This one's, every time I've ever been here, this one and the one beyond is there. And if you walk down it, they'll let you walk down there. And then when you get to the end, a soldier or a copper will come up and say, you can't walk through this. And I don't know why, there's no reason for it, it's just always blocked off. Maybe it's just me. And you have to walk all the way back up here again and find your way out. Same as with the Parliament building. I mean it's a long walk, I walked all the way up to the Parliament building. I didn't go into the Eternal Flame, by the way, it looks like it's closed. But yeah, I walked all the way up the Parliament building, got all the way there, and this guy came out and was like, what do you want? And sent me packing. I was like, oh, it's miles back there, I've just walked, feels like I've walked about 3 miles up here. But gets the old steps in, as Terry Wogan would say. Oh, hi there, avast me heart is. I like doing it. There's a man at work who hates Terry Wogan, and I like doing a Terry Wogan impression to him, just apropos of nothing to annoy him. Avast me heart is, good morning. It's not a very good impression, but he knows who it is, and he hates him. I've never met an Irish person that likes Terry Wogan, and Irish people are usually very proud of fellow Irishmen who've done well, like Eamon Andrews or the fella from The Prisoner. I can't remember his name now, but they're usually very proud of them. But if you ever mention Terry Wogan to an Irish person, they invariably start swearing, oh, not him, oh. And every Irish relative of mine has always said they hate him. The fellow at work who isn't Irish, but his wife is, so he hates him on her behalf. Don't know why that is. They just all tell. I quite liked his radio show. I had no problem with it, but apparently it's yeah, he's not popular with the Irish. Looking at a war memorial there, I should really be showing it to you, but I don't think you'd be interested. So if you come to Delhi, as I'm sure some of you will, do come down here. It's a nice walk. It's a good early morning walk, get some steps in, clear the head, just get yourself ready for the day ahead. I hope you've been doing that recently. I hope some of you have been walking. It's still the best thing I do on a day. It's my favourite part of every day. I've started walking every night after me supper or me tea, and just for 30 minutes. Have something to eat and then immediately get your shoes on and get out. I don't want to do it, to be honest, because you've just eaten. But it's really good, and it takes away any feeling of bloating that I might have had. But it does make you feel good. You feel like yeah, that's quite good, that. Yeah, I've had my tea, now I've done my little strut around the town. It's nice, so I recommend that. I still say it's the best activity to get into if you don't want to buy any equipment. Because if you're out on a run, if you're running down the road in a pair of jeans, people will say, "Oh, it's a bit weird." Oh, any activity really, apart from maybe darts, you have to buy something for it. Whereas this, it's just walking. So just wear whatever shoes and clothes and hat and shorts you're comfortable with. You don't have to go to, I don't know the name of sports shops, I'm going to say Decathlon. You don't have to go there and spend a few £100. You can just do whatever's comfortable, and I really like that about it. It's accessible, it's there for all, it's the leveller of activities, I think. I did actually go and buy some walking shoes the other day, I think I might have told you, some Adidas, because they were on in a sale. I saw them online, I was waiting for them to come down in price, and they did. And they're brilliant. They're like a cross between a trainer and a walking boot. They're absolutely brilliant, they're really comfy, but they've over-designed them because they've got this laces on them. Instead of pulling the laces tight and tying them up, which is what I like, these have got this funny paracord thing that you pull tight and then zip and kind of do this little gadget thing. Why? Why over-design shoelaces? Why? Leave things alone. If it works, it works. Leave it be. And so for the first time in my life ever, I'm stopping and tightening my shoes. I've never had to do that once in all the shoes I've worn. Otherwise, these are brilliant. I can't recommend them enough. But yeah, give it a go, please. I said this before, and it's none of my business what you do, but I like to try and pass things on. If you can walk, whatever distance it is you can do, please give it a go. If you're having a bit of trouble with ordering your thoughts, getting things in line in your mind, if your mind's feeling a bit of a fuzz, like my brain feels like scrambled egg quite a lot of the time, or counting spaghetti, I used to say. And I'm just like, I can't work my way through this. I don't know what I'm thinking. And I don't even know what it is that's bothering me. It's just something. It's a gut and a heart and a mind feeling. And I'm like, something's up. I don't know what it is. I've yet to have that hasn't been sorted out with a walk. And I don't know if it's just a bit of peace and quiet, just going off, ordering ice. Sometimes I do it with headphones. Sometimes I don't, because I feel like the headphones are going to interrupt with I need the peace. But it's always helped. And I mean, obviously it's quite nice here because you walk around and people say hello to you, so that helps. But just in general, I've yet to do one where I haven't got home and thought, okay, I've sorted that out. I've worked through that. So please do try it. And for your physical health, for your physical and mental health, you don't need to go mad. You see all these things online. It's like, do this amount of push-ups, this amount of pull-ups, do this, lift that, drink this drink, do that. You're fine if you want to do that, if it helps you, if it makes you feel good. Crack on, have fun, have at it. You don't need to. Just put on your shoes and go out. Sometimes walking away from something doesn't mean you're running away from it, doesn't mean you're legging it, doesn't mean you're hiding. Sometimes just walking off and putting your thoughts in order and getting yourself ready for it to come back, it's the best thing you can possibly do. So yeah, I'm walking away from India Gate. That's not a problem though. But yeah, please try it. Please give it a go. I can't recommend it enough. It's been the best idea I ever had to go for a walk. I think I've said it before. Everyone I've ever known that's made major changes in their health, major changes, who've lost tons of weight and got themselves in shape, if you ask them, how did you do that? They near enough always say, well, it all started with a walk. I started walking around the block, and then it grew from there. For me, it hasn't grown from there. I just walk. I walk and do very namby-pamby stuff in a gym, but very little in there. It's all walking. And it's the best thing I've ever done. So please, I urge you, get out there, give it a walk. Okay, well I think I've come to the end of our walk, talking about walking there. I hope it's not been too rambling. I hope it's not been too boring for you. I think I go off track a bit too often still, but what can I do? What can I do? I can't control it. So I'm going to try and turn this off without deleting it again. Well, I've yet to do that, but twice I've nearly done it. So until next time, where are we going to go next time? I was thinking of going to Delhi train station to show you that, but I don't know if that's of any interest to you. I think what we'll do is we'll have a look. I said we wouldn't do travel videos, but I come to these places anyway. And because I'm so ill-informed, I don't really give you a travel video because I don't know any facts about the places. I think maybe we'll have a look at Humayun's tomb, because I mentioned it earlier, and we'll see if we're allowed to film in there. So I'll find out about that. Otherwise, we'll just do a little street walk. I'm here for a little while now, and I have got another foreign trip coming up, but I can't remember where. So when we go there, I'll take you with me. But until next time, thank you for joining me. It's always been a pleasure, never a chore. And until next week, walk tall.